Alright, take two, I guess. Hello, it's Delightful Mochas. Here with another episode of Delightful Mochas Makes Nonsense. Now, interesting story. See, for some reason, earlier, I got the Animaniacs theme stuck in my head, so I went to go listen to it on YouTube. I like reading comments when I listen to music. So you can imagine my shock once I realized that the vast majority of Animaniacs content has been flagged as made for kids, so therefore no comments. I searched for a total of 2 minutes for a video of the theme song that hadn't been snatched up by the loving arms of whatever bullshit algorithm is digging its nails into whatever has a single frame of animation in it. And I found one. Satisfied, I waddled down to the comment section, where I found this glorious gem of a comment. Immediately, my brain picked up on the wordplay. I didn't care how long ago the comment had been made. I shot my shot. Let's do this, buddies. Maybe we've gotten far enough away from the 90s that most people don't know who these characters, Krusty, Busty, and Nut, are. Unless, of course, you've seen the Nations of the World memes from a few months ago, or maybe like a year ago, or maybe like 2 years ago, or like a decade ago. I don't have a concept of time. I was ecstatic when that blew up, since back in the day, circa 2011 or so, I was bum-smack into Animaniacs. I was a Fanamaniac, a Stanamaniac, and if you want to make fun of me for that, you can a maniac. Now here's my life story. Just keep in mind that this was about late elementary school, so I was technically in Animaniacs surface demographic. I think I first got into it because in 3rd or 4th grade, my teacher used Wacko's America to try to teach us the state capitals. So I tried to memorize the song using YouTube. That's where I realized that the same series had a song on the Nations of the World. I watched that one, and that's where I was hooked. I listened to that dog, cat, abomination go Norway and Sweden and Iceland and Finland while it swung its hips like it was just past the bridge of Candy Store. I knew it wasn't intellectual. I needed to know more. So I found as many Animaniacs clips on YouTube as I could find and osmosed as much lore as possible. I even cosplayed Dot for Halloween. And I can't find the picture, but I remember that it was unintentionally terrifying. But because, like everyone, Yakko was my favorite, despite him being an asshole. Plus, I never saw Fight Club until about a month and a half ago, so whenever I saw those "his name is Robert Paulson" memes when I was younger, I always thought they were in reference to Yakko's voice actor, who also happens to be Carl Weezer's voice actor. Getting back to Yakko being an asshole, I couldn't help but stand his wit. I typically disliked characters who were disrespectful towards authority, but I made an exception for the Warners because I thought they were cool. But as a 4th grader, I never realized how weird the Animaniacs fandom was. I didn't have the capacity, nor the exposure-based experience to be a stan with a capital S, before stans were even a thing. I was a Yakko stan, but stan in all lowercase and Comic Sans. Beyond the lowercase Yakko stans dwelled an insane breed of something different. Something that changed my worldview and essentially parted the curtain so I could see fandom culture for what it really was. Just as a quick note, a preamble of sorts, if you aren't all too familiar with Animaniacs, it's important to know that for some reason, the Warner siblings were just like, how do I say? They were constantly horny.
But we're not doing it for the sake of art, and we're not doing it for the sake of money. No, we're doing it because we like painting naked people. I didn't know you cared. No, fingerprints.
I don't think so.
They made dirty jokes frequently enough that they had a catchphrase to mark them.
Good night, everybody.
And they flirted like with everyone, almost anyone they encountered. And it's like if a character were walking through the tall grass in Pokemon, it's like step, 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 la 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 la. A thirsty Warner sibling appeared. This was especially prominent in Yakko, and I think it's because he was the oldest of the three of them, and I think that was the catalyst maybe for what I deem, for lack of a better term, the Yakko fuckers. Even back then, I knew something was off. If I remember correctly, I think he's 14. Like, Yakko is 14, Wacko is 11, and Dot is, I think, 9. I don't know. Damn. Maybe the Yakko fuckers were the same age. I don't know. I didn't have enough brain power to do. I didn't have enough brain power to deduce so. I still don't. But I think that, if I remember correctly, on every Animaniacs video, there would be at least a chunk of comments from the Yakko fuckers reciprocating the thirst tenfold. I don't know, stuff like, oh my god, did you see how he wiggled his eyebrows at us? I didn't cry because Dot died, I cried because Yakko cried. This was for the movie, spoiler alert for Wacko's Wish. Like, did you hear him speak Japanese? I want him to talk me dirty like that. Nissan, whatever. At the time, I was pretty much like Dot's age, the age of the youngest sibling. I was a little girl. I was a little Dot. I had no idea what was going on. Animaniacs is technically marketed towards kids, though in my opinion, it seems like in practice and in content and writing, it's for an older audience. But it's still got the DeviantArt and fanfiction.net treatment. Of course, you got people making their own puppy monster OCs to ship with Yakko, and they want him to father their children, the OC's children. I don't know, maybe that I didn't need to make that distinction because it really could go either way. It was insane. I stumbled upon people projecting their weird fetishes. Like, I don't know. I think my brain has like repressed enough of it that I can't name specifics. So good on my brain. That was a good guy move. I didn't realize that this was apparently common for any franchise that is popular enough to gain a significant number of fans. And it's a shame because Animaniacs is objectively one of the best cartoons ever produced. And I can say that with total confidence. Every person who worked on the show has enough brain power and a single bead of sweat to freeze the sun. Maybe people won't appreciate it as much today without knowing all that much about the context outside of the show, because mainly because the show kept itself relevant to and conscious of the time it was being made in. It was really a product of the 90s, and it appealed to adults 10 times as much as it appealed to kids because it was just really clever and non-patronizing. It kept itself aware of its social-political surroundings, which was pretty special for a kid's cartoon, but it kept up its humor with its commentary. I could go on and on about it, but I won't. I'll just say that no matter how old you are, I definitely recommend checking out the series. I don't know what this turned into. I didn't want the speed paint to go on Bling, so I decided to offer up just a general discussion about Animaniacs. It turned from me telling about my own experiences to me plugging the show. It's not sponsored, but I just really do appreciate it. Don't let my discussion of the Yakko fuckers tarnish your impression of the show itself. Alright, let's do my comment shout out. This one goes to... Yes, child. Go on. Cardiac arrest is waiting for you at the end of that fun-filled skip. And it's okay. It's okay. It's 2020. Nobody is seeing Black Butler. It's fine. It is a child. You probably didn't need to know that, but if you wanted to sleep at night, if you couldn't sleep at night not knowing the answer to that, then there you go. You're welcome for my verbal melatonin. And shout out again to Creed Bratton. You're kind of on a roll on this, so shout out to you. You are the true Jeopardy goat.